everything works. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today I want to talk about something that I heard discussed on a podcast, one by Steve Gordon and John Curry. These gentlemen, they're really good if you're into studying any type of marketing in terms of your business and looking to expand your marketing beyond where it's currently at. Steve Gordon has a great podcast called the Unstoppable CEO podcast. Uh, John Curry has a podcast called the Advisor Inner Circle podcast. Those are both really great to listen to, and they had a dual episode where they were both on each other's show, and they were discussing this point, and it was a point that I wanted to bring up because I think it's an excellent point. It's not said often enough. Okay, oftentimes people get focused on one media source as something that they need to add into what they're doing already in marketing. And that's all good. I'm all for diversifying as much as possible when it comes to your marketing and spreading out and being everywhere that you possibly can. But the plain fact of the matter is if you don't have something that's consistent, anything will work. For the most part, everything out there works. Social media works. Okay, direct mail works. Just any type of marketing that's currently in existence. You know what? Yellow pages work. It all depends, though, on who you're trying to reach with what message. So here's what it really comes down to. There's only three things you need, and I've got with me my dollar store whiteboard and my trusty dry erase pen. And let me just show you real quick here, just as a review, if you don't remember, it's all about market, media, and message. Not in that order. Actually, the order is market, the who. So as long as you know who you're trying to reach and what you're trying to tell them, the message, your market, your message, then you just have to focus on the where and really the when, which is the media. But if you don't know these first two, it's really difficult to pick the right one and to be able to have the right focus when there. So people get caught up in the media. They get caught up in the where and when. They get caught up in the latest media, the Snapchat, the Twitter, name the media of the week, the webinar, whatever the style of media or actual place of media or the brand name of the media, doesn't matter. People get caught up in that. Any one of those things will work. And also, any one of those things will fail unless you have a very clear who and a very clear what. If you have a clear who, you know exactly who you're trying to reach. I mean, down to names if possible. We've talked about, your top 100 in the past. If you can break it down to actual people that you're trying to reach in terms of a market and what specifically you're offering them, if those two match up, if what you have is what they want and you're offering it in a way that they want it, then the media doesn't matter as long as it's a form of media that will reach them. Certain aged people aren't necessarily looking in the yellow pages, whereas another age group is almost exclusively looking in the yellow pages, depending on what you're trying to reach them with. So the media does not matter as much as the question who and what, because who and what will tell you what media. And then any media will work as long as your market is there. If they are there and you have something they want and you have the ability to reach them, all media is the format to which you're reaching somebody. It doesn't matter if it's a newspaper article or a newspaper advertisement or the latest online gadget. If it's a YouTube video, it doesn't matter. As long as you got the basics down. These are the absolute basics. This is what you need. Don't get caught up with the shiny object of the moment. Don't get caught up with the thing that everybody's doing or that everyone's saying this is the up and coming thing. There's no magic behind this. The magic is in paying attention to the very basic principles that marketing is nothing more than the communication of a message with a very specific person. That's all it is. If you're trying to make your marketing better, don't focus on the format. Focus on who and what, and the format will make itself clear. And then all you got to do is get really good at delivering that message in that format, and you've got it made. It doesn't matter whether it's free. It doesn't matter whether it's paid. As long as the numbers all work out for you, that's all that matters, and whether it's paid or free, whether it's, what they call organic or paid. I hope that makes sense to you. That's a really quick thing, and it was something that they had brought up on their podcast. Like I said, Steve Gordon and John Curry, really great stuff. I've really been enjoying their stuff lately. I read one of Steve Gordon's books, and he's got a really great perspective. So that's a great one to turn you on to if you're interested in that type of thing. Hey, if you're looking to completely get rid of competition regarding your business, I got a very specific thing that I'm talking about right now over at brianjpombo.com. It's called the Amazon Proof Strategy Session. So if you could spare a good 45 to 60 minutes, we could sit down on a video call or on the phone and chat for a little bit and actually outline for you a perfect plan to be able to overcome any form of competition whatsoever. That's really as long as it takes. Obviously, if you had more time, we could do more. But with that, you can walk away with something that's well worth the money that it costs. Go check it out at brianjpombo.com/Amazon, and you can learn all about the Amazon Proof Strategy Session. Hey, you have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow. You can watch all our other videos and listen to our podcasts over at brianjpombo.com. You have a great night. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.